And nature is so wonderful. You wait too. But it's cool. I love you for what you are, baby. Now come, give that a kiss. Oh yeah. Sugar plum, your nectar's as sweet as fresh dew tapped on a chilly fall day. Speaking of tapping, sorry, this intro veered in an unexpected direction. Hello, my name is Seeyahlkuh. I'm a dude obsessed with making stuff, basically. I've decided to start working on a game about being a spider who lives underwater. Yep, it's basically gonna be a game about this one crazy type of spider that apparently has nothing better to do than go on these crazy diving trips, exploring its environment, hunting, mating, and, well, trying not to suffocate underwater. How did I think of this idea? Well, it went a little bit like this. Hey, have you heard of this one type of spider species? I don't remember its name, but it apparently lives underwater, even though it can't breathe through water.
Wait, what? How does it do that?
I've seen it on TV, dude. It has these hairs. How'd you call it? Hydrophobic? Yeah, it has these hairs that trap air, so when it dives underwater, it carries around a bubble of air around with it.
Wow, that's hella cool.
Right?
That'd be a cool game too. Imagine Atlantis, but with bubble scuba helmet wearing spiders instead of humans.
Yeah. And here I am, months later, watching YouTube videos of them little buggers crawling around, sticking their little butts out for air, reading different internet articles that have the same Wikipedia copy-paste information in them. Overall, having a good time. I'd like to share with you some of what I managed to figure out in the 4 or so hours I spent on research. Here we go. Factoid number 1. Hydrophobic hair on its back. These hairs give the diving bell spider a silvery appearance, and is the main reason it can stay underwater. They look really cool from close up though. Makes me think of vampires. Factoid number 2. They make air pockets, or bells as people call them. This allows them to not have to go to the surface for longer stretches of time, and gives them a place to mate and eat. Which brings me to factoid number 3. They spit digestive fluid on their dead prey and suck it back up in order to nourish themselves. That's like a mechanic I didn't even have to think of. They can't eat in water because the excreted digestive juice would thin out the moment it left the spider's mouth. Plus, I may be no arachnologist, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna get some water in your mouth if you suddenly decide to throw up underwater. Factoid number 4. Krita. Spiders have fangs, but did you know that they're not called fangs? Cool, right? Factoid number 5. Males are 30% larger in size than females. Is that weird? For spiders, yeah. Usually it's the other way around. There was one source I read that gave speculations as to why this may be. The main gist of it was that male diving bell spiders hunt a lot more and build smaller bells, therefore spending less resources on silk production. Okay, that's some pretty interesting trivia for your next mind fight. But what kind of actions does the diving bell spider perform that I could potentially turn into game mechanics? Well, as far as I've seen from various clips on the internet, the spider doesn't know how to swim underwater. It can only crawl on aquatic plants as well as its own webs. Also, I assume that the spider is less dense than water and therefore has buoyancy. The spider obviously breathes air through its buttocks, no less. It can trap air and keep it underwater as a sort of integrated scuba tank. It also grabs stuff with its 6 front legs. It bites, and it spits literal acid. Oh yeah, at this point, I think I should mention that the average diving bell spider is around 11 millimeters in length. So, don't worry, you ain't gonna die from it. Sources say that its bite is reported as painful, which is less than death, so we're good. It can also spin water-resistant silk. It's either used as scaffolding to get around, or as building material for bells, or as tripwires to alert of movement of potential prey and enemies. I could go on and on, talk about the environment it lives in, the species that prey on it and that it preys on, the plants it likes hanging out at, and so on. But I don't want to ramble on too much. I want to end this video by talking about what I think you should feel if you were to become a diving bell spider. The part that would strike out to me first would be the sounds of being underwater. The sound of water pressure against you when you're still, when you're moving, and when things around you are moving. For some reason, I think of bubbles going up as something that accompanies this background noise in particular. Another thing that pops to mind is the feeling of stress. It's pretty stressful to be alive. We humans have it easy and we're still all anxious about the tiniest of things. Usually, if you're confronted by a predator, everything will be in a quick and sudden manner. I want to have that feeling in the game. You know, fight and flight. The term reminds me of a similarly sounding phrase, rest and digest, which I'm pretty sure all animals are familiar with. Instead of stressful, quick, and sudden, everything's relaxed, swaying, and rocking even. Feels good to live another day. The feeling of the sun's rays hitting your skin is pretty great, isn't it? I hope if spiders don't feel it, that they at least see it. It's the one thing I wish they'd be able to feel even if they don't. You know, the shade from the tops of the aquatic plants during a sunny day. A true spider paradise. Well, I hope that gave you an idea of what I'm gonna be thinking about during most of the development of this game. I'm gonna go over more specifics in the next video.